So now that our turkey's all cooked, we're going to go ahead and make some gravy. So as I mentioned before, all these vegetables that we use as a little roasting rack release all their own flavor and liquid. So now we have a whole lot of liquid to make some gravy with. So we're going to go ahead and lift our turkey from the tray and add it to our platter. There we are. So as you can see, we do have quite a bit of liquid we get to work with. So we'll go ahead and strain it. So I'm just going to lightly tip the tray and avoid the vegetables falling out. If a couple fall, it's more than fine. I'm just letting as much as that liquid trickle its way into our dish. I think that is plenty to make some gravy with. So in all this liquid, a lot of it is just flavorful turkey broth essentially, but there is also going to be some oil on top. Some of the oil is from the butter and some is from the turkey itself. So we're just going to take a ladle and a little bowl to remove the oil. So it's sitting right on top, so just gently skim your ladle across the top and pick up that oil. So you can either use butter or this oil that's super flavorful to make what we call a roux, which is how we make a nice thick gravy. If you do use the pan drippings and that oil to make it, you won't have to use all of the drippings. I have just about all the fat skimmed off of the top. It's okay if you miss a little bit. Perfect. So now I can actually add some of this fat right to my pan. So I'm going to add about 2 ladles worth, and I probably have another 2 or 3 ladles worth still in my dish. And then let's turn on our front burner. So we're going to use medium-high heat and let that heat up, and then we're going to add about equal parts flour. So we're going to take the same ladle, and we're going to do 2 even scoops of flour. Perfect. So now you want to whisk your flour into the oil until you have a nice kind of thickened paste. I'm going to add just a touch more flour. Perfect. And we do want to cook this roux for about 1 minute, just so it doesn't taste like flour. So you just want to cook out that flat, bland flavor. And you do want to bring this to a complete simmer. So you don't know the full thickness of this roux until it's fully heated and bubbles. So the more it heats, the more it thickens. I'm also using a pan that doesn't have any hard edges or hard corners. That's just because we don't want any of that flour to get trapped in those sides. So now we can start by adding some of our turkey drippings, a little bit at a time. We don't want to add it all at once because then we can end up with flour clumps. So again, we want to stir and mix it until it's fully kind of at that thickened stage again. And then we'll go ahead and add a little bit more. So we'll keep on doing this, bringing it up to a boil, adding some more liquid until it's at the thickness we want when it's at that full boil. So now that we have our turkey and our gravy ready, the one thing we haven't spoken about yet are side dishes, one of the most important parts to any Thanksgiving feast. Please check out our recommendations and our recipes. Thank you so much for tuning in, and have a happy Thanksgiving.